Now on BBC Two, David Bowie in the Ozone.
David He changed my life.
David Bowie, right?
In the backs of the rooms at the maths lessons, we used to do drawings of a lad insane.
Top.
For 25 years, one man has shocked and fascinated his audience.
He said, "You have different color eyes." It just blew me away.
He's always just finding new ground.
I think he was so innovative because he was a bit mad.
Say the question again, because I was only half this. I only heard sex.
David Bowie is back with a new album outside and a British tour. So will the new project restore his credibility to its former heights, or has rock's favourite chameleon finally lost the plot?
He started that character, didn't he? He started the character Ziggy Stardust, and then he said he actually started believing he was this character that was like a god.
One minute I was travelling through the train in Siberia, and the next minute I was in the gutter somewhere in Tokyo, you know, flat me back.
Bowie created Ziggy Stardust and became the ultimate rock star.
The 70s were a real first blossoming of some seeds that were planted in the 60s. I was just sort of there at that time and came to represent in a physical way the kind of questionings that people were beginning to have, whether it be civil rights or whether it be a new way of dealing with sexuality.
Was it important for you to kill off the old characters, Ziggy?
Well, I'm not murderous by nature. However, there are a few corpses in my life, which we won't go into. Well, you probably will. I'm not going to.
A decade later, the cult rock image was gone and Bowie had reinvented himself yet again. Let's Dance became one of the biggest selling albums of the early 80s and Bowie was hurled into pop superstardom.
Let's Dance was a huge commercial success.
Yeah. Remind me.
We used to play Let's Dance, put on your red shoes. We used to play that at the clubs.
3 albums in all, like Let's Dance, Tonight, Never Let Me Down, were monster commercial things for me. It was really kind of mundane, all that. Like trotting out there, singing big hits and then going to the bank. It was... and the tours were like absurd. I was playing to like 70, 80,000 people, you know. But if you're playing to that many people, you've got to sing stuff that they really, really know. And I was just painting myself into this corner, you know. I really do believe that at times the mainstream can be just it's a tyranny in some ways. But at the time, it was quite a problem to get over, and it took me a couple of years to sort myself out from that.
Did I read somewhere you said that that was kind of your lowest point as far as your creativity was concerned?
Yeah, I really felt, you know, I just started painting a lot again. That's where I got back into, you know, what I used to do when I was a kid, was do a lot of painting. And so I turned to that for solace. I thought, well, if I can't be artistic in music, I'll just become a painter again.
Bowie ran for cover and re-emerged in 1989 with a new rock-based project.
But then I met Reeves Gabrels and we formed Tin Machine, and that was really a very freeing experience for me. Because I immediately broke up all idea of what on earth I was supposed to be in the public's mind.
The critics slated it as his worst musical effort to date. Even loyal fans questioned the new direction, and Bowie's musical credibility suffered a massive blow.
I only write for myself. I don't take much regard for my audience, whoever they might be.
David Bowie is nowadays over-concerned with making an important statement.
They grow and they shrink. They grow, they shrink.
I don't think he's done much. Well, I don't think he's done anything since Ashes to Ashes.
To be honest with you, I don't think what he's doing now is particularly important.
I screw up in major ways. I'd much prefer to have a magnificent disaster than a mediocre success. You belong in rock and roll. What I was left with was a new chance to actually get back to where I really belonged.
In 1993, Bowie would outfox his critics again. Working once more with Let's Dance producer Nile Rodgers, he delivered the critically acclaimed Black Tie, White Noise album.
I said, look, the last thing we're going to make is another Let's Dance. I like working with Nile in as much that he, to me, represents a very strong American kind of music, a rhythm and blues structure that I've always admired so much. I used to wait outside closed record stores to be the first in town to get a new Little Richard single. I was just crazy about him. First time, you know. And then eventually people like John Lee Hooker.
In 1992, Bowie was again at the centre of press attention when he married Somali model and actress Iman.
What quality in Iman do you admire most?
There's nothing about her I don't love. She's loving, she's sensitive, she's sexy as hell. I don't know, you know, I love her.
Another important person in your life is your son,
yeah.
Joe. How does he feel about having a megastar pop tag?
We don't talk about it very much. I think he thinks it's all rather funny. I mean, I play him like things that I do, and he laughs. He said, I can't believe you, Dad. He said, how come you still get so excited about it all? But I wonder why, yes, I wonder.
Despite having a home in Switzerland, Bowie now spends most of his time living in the States.
In this country, it's like two nations living within sight of each other, but not anywhere near.
Does that cause you problems with your personal life?
No. You get the odd comment, obviously, you know, one always does. But you're kind of in that strange position where the celebrity factor almost presents some kind of cocooning to that, you know, because they say, oh, it's David and Iman. But I'm always terribly wary about the celebrity thing anyway, because you kind of think, well, what, you know, where would I be in their eyes if I wasn't who I was?